The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that many people have seen, held, or even ignored without knowing it can be special. Some of these coins can be very valuable, and one rare type is even said to be worth big money, $80,000. This surprises a lot of people because the coin looks normal. It is a coin you could find in old jars, dresser drawers, or boxes of mixed change. Many families have this coin without realizing it. That is why people love learning about it. When viewers hear that a regular-looking coin might be worth $80,000, they want to keep watching to learn what makes it rare, how to check their coins, and what signs make a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar valuable. This coin has a simple design but a strong history behind it. Even though this script does not use stories or fancy words, it is still helpful to know the basic facts that connect the coin to a real moment in time. The Kennedy half-dollar began in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy. After the first year, the U.S. Mint changed the metal in the coin. By the time we reached the 1974 version, the coin was no longer made with silver and was made with copper and nickel. Even with no silver, the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar became famous because of rare mistakes and special types that collectors search for every year. The regular 1974 coin is very common. Millions of them were made. They were made at 3 places. One place had no letter on the coin. Another place used the letter D. Another place used the letter S. These letters tell you where the coin was made. Even though these coins are common, many people enjoy checking them because some have mint errors. These mint errors were made by accident. The mint did not plan to make them. When this happens, the error can make the coin valuable, sometimes worth far more than 50 cents. Some 1974 Kennedy half-dollars are worth only normal value, but others can be worth $10, $50, $100, or even thousands. This is why people keep searching. A few coins have sold for very high amounts, and the talk of a rare type being worth big money, $80,000, keeps many collectors excited. It makes people want to look through their old coins just in case they have one of the rare versions. The good thing is that you do not need special tools to start checking your coins. You only need good light and maybe a basic magnifying glass to look closely at the letters and numbers. The best-known rare type of the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar is the 1974 D double die obverse. This is the type that gets the most attention because the doubling on the letters and numbers is easy to see if you look closely. This doubling was made when the die, which is the metal tool that presses the coin design, shifted slightly. When this happens, the letters and numbers look like they have a shadow or a second outline. The places that show this doubling best are the word Liberty, the words "In God We Trust," and the date 1974. Some coins also show doubling on parts of Kennedy's face. Collectors love double die coins because the error is official. It is part of the die itself, not damage made after the coin left the mint. That makes it rare and important. A common 1974 D coin might be worth very little, but a real double die can be worth hundreds or thousands. The highest grades are the versions that collectors pay the most for. When a coin is graded at a very high level, meaning it looks clean, shiny, and close to perfect, the value can increase by a huge amount. That is how the talk of coins worth big money. 80,000 became popular. People saw sales of very high-grade examples and learned how rare they are. Another rare type from 1974 is the silver-clad no S proof. This is a very strange and interesting coin. The mint stopped using silver planchets for half-dollars after 1970. But somehow, a few leftover silver planchets ended up being used by mistake when making proof coins in 1974. Proof coins are usually from the San Francisco Mint and they have an S mint mark, but a few of these rare silver coins have no S mint mark. These are extremely rare. Only a small number exist. Because of that, some of them have sold for very high amounts. Not every collector will ever see a real one in person. But it is still exciting to check any 1974 proof halves you may have, just in case the mint mark is missing or strange. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar also has many other errors. These may not be as famous as the big ones, but they still add value. One error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is struck in the wrong position, so part of the design looks shifted. The more off-center it is, the more valuable it becomes. A small off-center might be worth only a few dollars, but a big one can be worth much more. Another error is a clipped planchet. This means part of the coin is missing because the metal sheet was cut wrong before the coin was made. A clipped planchet makes a curved bite-shaped mark on the coin. These can bring in extra value based on the size and location of the clip. There are also die cracks. These look like thin raised lines on the surface of the coin. They happen when the die begins to crack but is still used. Die cracks are usually not rare, but some collectors still like them. They can add a little extra value. Another error is a struck-through grease error. This happens when thick grease blocks part of the die, causing missing or faint areas on the coin. Some of these can look dramatic, especially if whole letters or parts of the design are missing. A strong struck-through error can sell for more than a normal coin. Some people ask about missing mint marks. It is possible for a mint mark to be faint, weak, or missing. But most missing mint marks from 1974 are not rare unless they come from a proof coin that should have an S mint mark. This is why it is important to check carefully. Many people think a worn mint mark is an error, but it might just be from wear and tear, not from the mint. When checking your coin, the first step is to find the mint mark. It is on the front of the coin near Kennedy's neck. The second step is to look very closely at the letters and numbers. If you see doubling on the 1974, the words "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," then you might have the double die type. The next step is to check the sides of the coin. A normal clad coin will show a copper-colored stripe on the edge. A silver coin will look solid and more gray or white. If you have a proof coin from 1974, it should have a shiny mirror look. If it does not have an S mint mark but still looks like a proof, it may need to be checked by experts. Collectors often choose to get their valuable coins graded. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC put the coin in a strong plastic case and give it a number grade. Higher grades mean higher value. For example, a 1974 D double die coin in a lower grade might be worth around $100, but one in a high grade could reach thousands. This is why many people who find a promising coin think about sending it in for grading. It can protect the coin and increase its market value if it turns out to be rare. Now let's talk about basic values in simple terms. A regular 1974 half dollar from Philadelphia, which has no mint mark, is usually worth around 50 cents to a few dollars. Uncirculated ones can be worth a little more, and very high-grade ones might reach around $100 or more. A 1974 D from Denver follows the same pattern. Most are common, worth under $1. But high-grade ones can go higher. The 1974 S-proof coins are worth a little more by default. Many proofs are worth around $5 to $15. A strong deep cameo proof can be worth more. But the true key coins are the rare error types. The double die obverse is the big one, and this is where the real excitement is. A normal example might be a couple $100. A nice one might be $1,000 to $5,000. The best known one, in extremely high grade, is the one people talk about when they say the coin is worth big money, $80,000. This value gets a lot of attention from coin hunters. Even though these top examples are rare, the idea that your pocket change could have something that rare makes the search fun for everyone. The No S silver-proof 1974 coin is another extremely rare type. These can sell for thousands or tens of thousands. Even lower-grade examples are considered rare finds. These coins get talked about a lot in the coin world because they are so unusual. Having a 1974 silver proof when silver was not supposed to be used makes the coin very special. People love mint mistakes like this because they were never supposed to exist. Collectors love the 1974 Kennedy half dollar because it is large, easy to hold, and nice to look at. The design is clean and bold. The face of Kennedy is clear and strong. The eagle on the back is detailed and patriotic. Many people grew up seeing this coin, so it brings back memories. Even though most 1974 halves are common, the few rare types keep the interest alive. Every collector enjoys the idea of finding a hidden treasure. That is why many people go through rolls of half-dollars from banks. They hope to find a double die, a rare proof, or an unusual error. The future value of the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar may continue to rise, especially for the rare error types. As more people enter the hobby, more collectors search for the best examples. High-grade coins get harder to find because many were used in daily spending over the years. When a coin becomes harder to find in clean condition, the price usually goes up. Error coins often rise in value because error collecting keeps growing. New collectors love learning about double dies, mint mistakes, and silver errors. The Kennedy half-dollar series is also long and popular, and the 1974 year stands out because of the variety of mistakes. Because this coin is easy for beginners to understand and affordable for many people to start collecting, it will continue to stay active in the market. Even if metal values do not play a role in the 1974 version, the errors and special types keep its value strong. The 1974 D double die is one of the most famous double dies in the half-dollar series, so it always gets attention. The No-S silver proof is so rare that almost any example will bring in a high amount at auction. Smaller errors like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and struck-through grease coins also help keep interest high. People who collect this coin enjoy hunting for new finds. They share pictures online, compare errors, and help each other learn how to identify rare types. Even someone who has never collected coins before can easily follow the simple steps of checking the letters, numbers, and mint marks. That makes this coin fun for viewers of all ages. It is rewarding to teach new collectors how to check their coins carefully. Once people learn what doubling looks like, they begin to check every half-dollar they see. When people learn about the rare silver proof without an S mint mark, they start looking at all proof coins more closely. As viewers watch this full video, they gain confidence in their ability to search for valuable coins. They learn how a coin that looks normal can actually be rare. They also see how a coin worth 50 cents can suddenly be worth hundreds or thousands if it has the right error. The talk of a rare example being worth big money. 80,000 is what pulls people in. But the simple steps for checking their own coins are what keep them watching until the end. They want to know every detail that could help them identify a rare coin. This is why the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar continues to be one of the most talked about half-dollars in the hobby. It is common enough for anyone to find, yet rare enough that some examples bring unbelievable value. The mix of normal coins, proof coins, double die errors, silver planchet mistakes, and many smaller mint errors creates a wide range of possibilities. Collectors love these possibilities because each coin feels like a small mystery waiting to be solved. Anyone watching this video can start checking their coins right away, even without special experience.